All right, coming down onto our backs. Again, something to elevate, particularly for this practice because we want the head lower than the heart so that when we begin that 4-part count, we come up to like a straight spine and curl in, back to a straight spine and go back into an incline. So adjust yourself so that the chest is lifted right under the shoulder blades. Allow the head to go back to rest on the mat. Take a moment to interlace the hands around the curvature of the skull and just allow the elbows to begin to fall out wide. And I say to begin to fall out wide because unless you've been open this morning and exercising, it's going to take a couple breaths with the heart elevated like this to relax the elbows, to open up along the collarbone, that sternum area. A little bit of lengthening through the pecs and the biceps. Take a moment to just close down your eyes. A little body scan here. See what you're bringing to the mat today. And just like every time we come up to the mat, whatever's there for you, it needs to be there for you. So just accept whatever's there. Taking a nice full deep breath. And then release the clasp of the hands. Bring the palms of the hands flat to the upper thighs, fingers pointing towards the knees. We're going to just take some fluid movement here just to decide whether your towel is too high or too low. You want, again, the breath to flow. No pressure in the head and no constriction in the throat. So on the inhale, draw the belly in. Slide the hands up, and as they come towards the knees, exhale all the air out. And then nice and slow, just roll it right back down. So we're going to take a total of 5. Take 3 more on your own and make whatever adjustments that you need to make here. And on the last one, coming on down. Again, we don't want to look at our device. We want to keep the gaze towards the ceiling, the elbows towards the ceiling. We're not going to pull on the neck. We're just going to allow the head to rest into the basket of the palms. So beginning now, draw the belly in, take an inhale, come up halfway. Spine is nice and straight. On the exhale, begin to curl, elbows towards those knees, closing that space between the hip bone and that bottom floating rib. Inhale, come back halfway, and lower all the way down to the mat. Total of 5. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, lower down, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lower down, exhale. On your own. Easy to hold your breath when you do core work, but that core muscle needs your breath. So continue to breathe nice and fluid. And when you finish the 5, recline down and open up the elbows. Draw in a nice full deep breath. And if that worked for you, that's where you're going to stay. I'm going to unroll my towel, just one roll. And I will be leading the crossover, same movement, but elbow to opposite knee. So you decide whether you want to stay just like we were just doing, or bring your legs up to tabletop, the knees right over the hip points, draw the elbows, the gaze up to the ceiling. And remember here, it's elbow to the knee, not the knee to the elbow. Draw in your belly, draw in your breath, come up halfway. On the exhale, elbow to opposite knee. Come back down halfway on the inhale, and exhale, totally release down. Inhale and cross. Inhale and down. Slow movement, fluid breath. It's up, it's over, it's back, and it's down. Three more each side. Returning, open up, drop the feet, take the feet wide on your mat, and just windshield out, right and left with the knees. Walk the feet back in, hip distance apart, the heels close to the sit bones, coming into that bridge position, arms beside the body, the palm is down. So we're going to lift up in the bridge. We're going to stay there for 2, maybe 3 breaths, sending the knees towards the top of the mat, the weight resting on the shoulders, head, neck, nice and free. Use your breath here. On your inhale, press into the feet. Lift up into your bridge. So again, opening up the front body, opening up the back body, firing up the glutes. Take 3 rounds of breath. Lift the hips a little bit higher. Again, don't let the knees splay out. And just watch your breath, nice and fluid, in through the nose and out through the nose. And then reach underneath you for your towel. Keeping that bridge up, take that towel, place it right underneath the sacrum, and lower the hips back down. So they're nice and level on the towel. Again, it's not your low back. The pelvis is slightly tucked, and it's not in the flesh of the buns. It's right on that beautiful shelf made just for this. Taking a breath, draw the legs up, take them back to your tabletop. Feet are flexed. Draw the belly in. You can hold on to the side of your mat for leverage. If you want that heart opening, you can bring the hands to cactus. We're just going to heel tap, alternate heels. Keep the knees right over the hip bones. Feel into that very low pelvic bowl. Inhale, drop a heel. Slowly pick it up, slow, 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 bring it back. And the opposite. If you want to feel where you're working, bring your finger pads right between the hip bones. And you can feel what muscles have to activate and fire for this movement to happen. Keep the breath going. Keep the movement going. One more each side. And then draw the knees into the chest. Because the hips are elevated, let that round the lower back, lifting that tailbone up. Legs extend up towards the ceiling. Again, flare those toes, maybe pinch them in just a bit to bring some circulation to the feet. Again, legs stay right over their hip points. Same thing. We're going to drop alternate heels. So lower one heel, any amount, and then slowly, slowly, slowly bring that leg back up and take it to the opposite side. So we work nice and slow because momentum is too easy. When we have momentum, we're not working as hard. Let's do 2 more each side. Flare those toes. And as you finish, draw the knees back in, Nice big hug. Re-extend the legs back up. Again, flex through the feet. Both legs come together, heels together, kneecaps together. Squeeze the leg, one leg here. We're going to do a one leg drop. Again, I only go down a third. If you begin to feel this in your low back, you're going too far down. So really hug that belly in, take the breath, and then slowly lower both legs together any amount. And as slow as you can, draw them back up to neutral. That's 2. We're going for 5 more. Use your breath here. When we don't use our breath, our muscles go into that fight or flight mode and they kind of freeze. So use the breath. All right, for me, last one. Draw the knees in, squeeze. And we'll set the feet back down into that bridge. Lift yourself back into the bridge. Get that nice stretch in the front body where you've worked from those hip bones all the way through the sternum. And remove whatever's underneath you. Return down onto your back. Level out again, the pelvis and the hips. Walk the feet wide. Rinse it out with a windshield. And we're going to go into Eagle Crunch, where my Florida group calls Evil Crunch. We'll walk the feet together to the center of the mat. Pick up that right leg, cross it over the left. If you want to take eagle legs, you can double wrap at the ankle. Otherwise, just squeeze the calves and the thighs together. Arms extend out to a T. The right arm is going to come underneath the left, crisscross at the elbows, and then take your eagle arms, whether you wrap at the wrist or just squeeze forearms together. Take the hands overhead. Slight tuck of the pelvis, draw the belly in. Exhale on the air, elbows come towards the knees. Squeeze it in. Inhale, release toes and fingers to the mat. Exhale, brings it up. Inhale, releases. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, taking a full breath. 3 more. On your last one, stay up. Stay up and take a deep breath in. A slow breath out. Stay for 1 more. Inhale, reach those elbows. And exhale, release. Lower the toes, lower the fingers. Unravel. Again, any movement, hug the knees in, rock side to side. Good. Again, feet come together at the center of the mat. This time, left leg crosses over the right. Find whatever eagle legs are yours today. Drop the toes back down. Left arm crosses over underneath, the right arm for eagle arms. Take the arms overhead, fingers rest. Slight tilt of the pelvis, draw in the belly, draw in the breath. And on the exhale, pick it up. Elbows go find those knees. Inhale, lower. Exhale all the air out. Elbows, shoulders lift, and down. 5 more. Last one, hold it up there. We're staying for 2 slow rounds of breath. Draw in the inhale, reach those elbows. Exhale, slow. Stay for the inhale. Release, exhale. 1 more inhale. and let it go. Oh, unravel, take a full body stretch here. Fingers away from toes. Draw the knees back in, give yourself a hug, let that tailbone roll up. Roll over onto one side, we'll find all fours. So again, we're not going to be on all fours long because we're going to be working into downward dog with core plank. So again, with planks, no, you can always come onto forearms and you can always come down to knees. And we watch our breath. Just, we're not going to be here that long, but just, we don't want the breath to be too choppy. So that's your teacher this morning. On all fours, spread the fingers, stack the joints. Maybe just for grins, tuck the toes under just to get a little stretch through the feet. And then whatever cat-cow, when you drop that belly, it should feel good, stretching out the whole front body. And then round it and tuck and find space in the spine. Again, a couple more. I'm gonna walk the hands, maybe a handprint ahead. With those toes tucked, we're gonna lift the hips high and then send them back to the back of your mat, finding your downward facing dog. So you can bend the knees first, press those hands down and away so you're not pressing all the weight straight down on the wrist. It's kind of like a slope from the wrist to the top of the hand. Good. Press it back, chest comes closer to the thighs, and just pedal it out. Warming up the back of the legs. So we're going to test the distance of our dog first. And the way we generally do that is we come up high on the balls of the feet and we just flow to a plank pose. And if you don't have to adjust your feet or your hands, you're in a good downward dog distance. Otherwise, if you're scooting your feet back or your hands forward, you're lengthening your dog, and maybe that's what you need. Press into the hands and return downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. I'm working into core plank now. So really draw the belly in and come up high on the balls of your feet. And then lower those heels down and bring the feet to center so big toes touch. On your inhale, right leg lifts up high to the ceiling. Bend the knee and draw the knees to the nose as you flow into a plank. Inhale sends that leg straight back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, bring it in and send it back. Knee to nose. Inhale, sends it long. Knee to opposite elbow. Cross the obliques and back. Last time, knee to nose on the right side. Stretch it long, three-legged dog. And then drop the right foot to meet the left. Sit down to a child's pose if you need to, or just walk out your dog. Moving to the left side, both feet come together. Left leg extends up, three-legged dog. Take in a full breath and, excuse me, on the exhale, knee comes center towards the nose, core plank. Inhale, sends it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, sends it back. Knee to nose. Come into your plank. Inhale, get long. Knee to opposite elbow. Send it long. Knee to nose last time. Send it back. Nice work. Left foot meets the right. Walk it out. Drop down to the knees. Drop down to the forearms, forearm plank. Take a breath, take a cat-cow if you need to. I'm going to interlace my hands at the center of the mat, elbows right underneath my shoulders. Walk the legs long. You're on the balls of the feet. Press the heels away. Lift the chest. Gaze down towards your mat. Draw the belly in. Draw the breath in. Keep the hips same height as the shoulders, or no sag either. Listen to your breath. Listen to the feels in your body. Notice what's coming up. Heels back, chest lifts, press into those forearms. Keep the breath going. Two more breaths. Drop the knees down. Come into your Sphinx pose. One last stretch from the belly button to the sternum. Press the hands down, flat on your mat. Drag them towards you. And as you do, let the chest lift towards the top of your mat. Again, we're going long, not tall. And just breathe into that space from the belly to the collarbone. One more breath. And stack the hands, one on top of the other. Spread the elbows wide. Drop the forehead, third eye, to the hands as the pillow. Shimmy out the hips. Maybe bend the knees. Again, flare the toes, flex the feet. Take that windshield wiper in the prone position now. And then re-extend the legs any amount that's comfortable. Taking a full inhale into the back body as we are constricting the front. And let that breath go so slow that you feel the weight of the body sink, release, and hopefully in your Shavasana to relax. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you for hips and hammies in the morning. Namaste.